Hey guys, Dale Colvin with the fishing report for you for Shoals Lake. Today is Thursday, March 26th. Water temp's about 50 degrees. After today, I found some stuff in the 60s, so as it starts warming up, it's going to keep climbing, but on average, it's been about 50, 51 degrees, depending on where you're at. Lake level, we're 15 foot high and rising. We're at 674. So the biggest question I'm getting right now is, what's this doing to the fishing? Guys, high water's here to stay. You know, the fishing's been good. Overall, fishing has been good. There's been some debris in the water, so if you do get out, there's just more area for y'all to fish. Keep that in mind. I know we've had torrential downpours and table rocks coming in on us, but you know, don't let that deter you from going out on the lake. This last, it's been pretty good. Sorry I didn't get a fishing report out to you guys last week. Down in Florida, ended up doing pretty fair down there. It was a good change of scenery, especially since it was cold when I was down there. But spring is here, guys. The lake is coming to life. That being said, if you need to get out and get your isolation therapy for the next month, it's about as easy fishing as it gets. So if you get the chance, get out there. Today we fished. I stayed on the lower end. Some of that dirty water's gotten washed out, so it was a little tougher than it's been today. I'm going to go over some of the things that's been working for me this last week, see if that help you guys out. I'm going to fish it just like I told you guys in the last fishing report. I'm going into those spawning bays and those spawning pockets, those shallow flats. That's where they're going, guys. That's where I'm going to start. I'm going to work my way out. There's already some little guys up there in the buckbrush, but if you go into these creeks or these pockets, find the last bit of deep water on that channel swing or that last point, and cover that area. That being said, these fish have been pretty shallow, guys, so you don't have to be out there fishing in 35, 40 foot of water right now. The bait's moved up, the fish are moved up, the water's moved up, everything's moving up and warming up pretty quick. And I expect the fishing to stay pretty hot. As far as, depending on the water clarity, if the water is super clear, I'm gonna throw a jerk bait. The mega bass is working over those points, leaning into the spawning pockets. Working from zero, just outside the bushes, all the way out to the boat. Keep the boat in 20 foot of water. If there's a shaky head bite, you guys get out on those gravel points, the shaky head, just throwing that, for the conditions for this is flat, bluebirds, not a lot of wind. That'll get you some fish. If it's really clear, there's shad that have moved back in there, so the little Kitech, that's working. Just throwing that out, rolling it back. Fish the docks around the spawning pockets early in the morning. There's already shad up around those docks. Slow roll that out. You'll pick up some fish that way. The dreaded Ned rig, guys. Throwing that on the jewel head. The Ned rig's catching some fish right now. Green pumpkin. That's kind of just a go-to. You can mark it up with a marker. If the water's a little dingy, that'll get you some extra bites. If cloudy, windy, the square bill is catching some fish, guys. These fish are shallow, so I'm fishing this on the channel swing banks that are in a little bit shallower water. Fishing this right outside the bushes or banging it into the rocks, that's going to get you some fish. The jewel spitter bait, burning that over those bushes that are in the water, that's going to get you some fish. All in all, Day in, day out, I've always got a jig on. If you're in that clear water, you know, it's post frontal or the water clears up on you, start dragging that peewee football jig. Bass whacker's a good color, green pumpkin's a good color. It's pretty simple, guys. Throw that out there and just drag it back to the boat. Keep the boat in 20 foot of water. The finesse jig's working. If you don't have, you know, if you want to get up and in this bush, these bushes, guys, a finesse jig is something that you want to get after. Finesse jig, you can get through a lot of that stuff. With all the rain we've had, you know, you've heard me say in the past, don't go chasing waterfalls, but fish all these drains. If there's water coming in, there's thousands of them throughout the lake, especially after a big storm or front. You know, that water coming in, if it's warmer, those bait fish are gonna migrate to there. You can catch some fish on a chatterbait and a spinnerbait. You get in that dirty water, those are a couple things you're gonna wanna have on. Cover water this time of year, once you get into them, you're gonna know they're there. And then last but not least, my favorite, guys, is the jig. Just a 1/2 ounce football jig, green pumpkin glue, green pumpkin orange, just working that back. Guys, springtime, it's 80 degrees out today. Spring's here. The fishing's gonna get good for the next month. If you want to get out, you need to get some therapy, some isolation therapy. I've got a big enough boat. I can go stay in the back if you want me to. Let's get out on the water. Thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to hit the subscribe button. Feel free to leave comments. Check out the website. Thanks. Have a good one.